And we're back. I'm sounded good this time. It's the Lakers Fast Break podcast. It's Gerald Glassford coming right back at you here from Lakers Fast Break, Pop Culture Cosmos, where we cover the latest news and trends in pop culture each and every week, twice a week, wherever you get your podcasts on the latest Pop Culture Cosmos. It's your pop culture questions answered. That's right. Say that 5 times fast. Your pop culture questions answered. That's right. TJ Johnson and I have been approached quite a bit about certain things inside the world of pop culture. Marvel, GTA, DC, Star Wars. We go ahead and covered all the major questions that you're asking about all these major franchises. TJ and I go ahead and cover for you. It's available right now on YouTube on the Pop Culture Cosmos, the Lakers Fast Break if you're a member, and also as well available on audio outlets like, of course, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and radio stations worldwide. So please check it out indeed. Also, so I want to go ahead and give some love to my friend at Troop Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. He and I were just texting back and forth because we've got some evil plans that we're concocting together because El Rosto gave some money towards a possible promotion that we could go ahead and tie in for Drip Show. But Drip Show and I are thinking bigger and better things. So be on the lookout for what we're doing. And in the meanwhile, go ahead and head to at Drip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. Check out the canvas art for Luke and LeBron, who did kind of well tonight. Yes, to say the least. But go ahead, check out that. Check out the posters that he's done for John. The shirts, like the one right behind me here, right? Got that there. I'm going to wear that on Wednesday, guys, right there for you, right here. Also, as well, hats. He's got a ton of stuff. And then, of course, wanted to go ahead and take a moment here, all kidding aside and all fun stuff aside, but at Trip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter, again, on a day that we need to remember, 6 years ago today, we lost these two great individuals, Kobe and GiGi Bryant. You see I'm wearing the shirt. I have the pillow that Trip Show made right by my side. So please, in honor of Kobe and GiGi, if you want something like that, please go ahead and reach out to at Trip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. DM him what you're looking for in the world of pop culture or sports. And please go ahead and support him today at Trip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. There you go. Absolutely. Wanted to let you know again, just wanted to just take a moment for, of course, the loss that we had 6 years ago. What a tragic day in all of our lives. I probably will touch on it again here later in the show. But yeah, if we could just take a moment to remember Kobe and GiGi. 6 years ago today, we tragically lost them. And for hopefully, they'll forever be remained they'll remain in our memory forever. So hopefully you will go ahead and take a moment to go ahead and pay the respects to the Bryant family on that. DBSH, good win. Go Lakers. Truly appreciate the super chat. It is, of course, the Lakers Fast Break. Truly appreciate you joining us. Yes, so there you go. Absolutely. Cannot thank you enough for stopping by. The Lakers continue the Grammy trip on this game here in Chi-Town as they headed into Chi-Town to go ahead and face off against the Bulls. Kind of concerning yesterday, touch and go as far as the plane taking off and whatnot. But hey, it worked out in very cold Chicago. I have people that I know in Chicago that told me that it was pretty darn cold and they weren't sure that the Lakers are going to get there, but they did. And boy, right out the get-go, it looked like the Lakers were feeling quite spicy in Chicago as they got off to a 35-31 lead, something that is bucking the trend of their recent first quarters. So that was a good sign. But not only did that, but LeBron James in the second quarter took control, helped get the Lakers to a 34-25 advantage. So by the end of the first half, it was 69-56. Absolutely a good first half for the Lakers. Second half, the Lakers still held a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter. Kind of got a little concerning as they cut the lead down to 8. for the most part, back and forth, 8, 9. But the Lakers behind Luka Doncic, who had 20 in the third quarter, 20 of the 35 points that the Lakers scored in the third quarter, came in clutch along with a good shooting day once again off the bench from Rui Hashimura. 46 points, 7 rebounds, 11 assists for Luka Doncic. 24 points for LeBron James, and 23, 9 of 11 shooting, 4 of 5 from 3. Red hot, sizzling hot from the outside was Rui Hashimura coming off the bench today, playing like a man who wants a new contract. As the Lakers distance themselves just enough to get that victory, 129 to 118. They are now 28-17 on the season as they are going right now. Golden State, Minnesota, they're playing right now, so we don't want to give a definitive place where they're at. Houston did win, so they can't overtake Houston in the Western Conference, but they are now 8 games back of Oklahoma City Thunder. They're in 5th place in the Western Conference, and there they shall be for this evening and probably until they get to Cleveland on Wednesday. And we're still hearing good news of a possible return on Wednesday for Austin Reeves to add on to it. So right now it's good news for Lakers coming off this great victory. Want to hear your thoughts right here on the Lakers Fast Break. Hopefully Joe, John, hopefully the crew will join me here in a few minutes. Nick T says Jake LaRavia doesn't need 15 shots. Yes, at times there could be a little bit better distribution, but tonight, again, we got it done. Let's go ahead and stay positive because now the Lakers have been riding a couple good games back to back, couple good performances outside of that third quarter in Dallas. Been really riding a couple good games now. So let's keep it positive, guys. Let's keep it positive because the Lakers did win tonight, 129 to 118. Want to go ahead and mention as well, again, Rui Hashimura playing like a man, realized that maybe coming off the bench does suit him. That's 23 points in 29 minutes, 4 of 5 from 3. Luka Doncic, 8 of 14 from 3, 15 of 25 overall, 46 points again, 11 assists, 24 points for LeBron James. Again, Jake LaRavia chipped in with 8, Marcus Smart with 12, DeAndre Ayton 6 and 2, not really that much of a factor. Jackson Hayes, who got everybody talking with a through the legs slam dunk. Let me just stress that again for a 7-footer. A through the legs, put the ball through his legs because he was on a breakaway and got the slam dunk. 8 points for him. Again, just a really solid performance from the team. And again, a victory 129 to 118. They never looked back once they got the lead and secured the victory. Luke says 8 and 6 points. Yes, absolutely. Just not the greatest of performances for him, up and down. Again, this is the DeAndre Ayton experience that we're experiencing. So again, for a guy that's looking for a new contract himself, he's got to be a little bit more consistent with those points and rebounds. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case tonight. But it wasn't needed as the Lakers still were able to go ahead and get a definitive victory tonight, 129 to 118. Nick T says that's the way I want Luka to play. Well, you let him know that, Nick. Let him know that, hey, that's the way I want you to play. Sorrel says Rui outplayed Reeves versus Minnesota, and now he's doing this off the bench. Yeah, he played well today. Absolutely. Ayton needs to look to stay in the NBA at this point. He is probably going to stay at this point in the NBA, even if it doesn't work out. Remember, he's got an option. He could pick that up for next year with the Lakers if he decides to, or he could become a free agent. I still think he's going to be wanted enough in the league. He's still someone that gets you 14 and 7. I think he's averaging right now based off his recent performances. I'm sorry. Yes, it's 13.6 and 8.7. Not stellar numbers by any stretch of the imagination, but again, as someone, if you need a body to fill in there from time to time, I think he'll still find a place in the league going forward. But I think those days of the multi-year 25, 30, $35 million a year contracts that was a slight possibility for him to reach with a great season this year is totally out at this point, unless he can recoup it. What's going on, Craig? Great to have you here, my friend. Great game indeed. Again, the Lakers do win tonight in Chi-Town, 129 to 118. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Can we waive Ayton before he comes back? Well, again, you're eating a contract, JSJ. I don't think it's I don't like when teams eat salary and just say move on. I mean, I didn't love the Luol Deng wave and stretch over years because we were living with that extra what $3-5 million sitting on our cap for years on that. And I'm just not in love with that because Aiton is still someone who can at times look effective. At times, I said at times, not a whole lot of times, but as Joe indicated, it's like one every 4 times, 4 games, he looks like something near the what the he was originally drafted for at number one. But then there's the other games where he doesn't, or he's either or eh. So again, today was a game, but you know what? He wasn't really needed tonight because Jackson Hayes, yes, he has outplayed DeAndre Ayton for the most part in recent games. So okay, you do the switch and you start him and you move DeAndre Ayton. Starting Jackson Hayes, you saw what that did for us in the playoffs. Again, he is a backup, a high-level backup, but before anybody starts talking about starting Hayes, he's our starting center going forward. Understand what we went through last year. And I think that, again, he is a very limited player as far as what he does really, really well. So, again, if you put him as the center on the team, or the starting center going forward, I still think you would need a center on top of that. Again, what he's doing now, 15 to 25 minutes a game, is really probably is what he is best suited for. And I think it should be left at that. But T3 says Bulls fans are upset, and they're a 500 team. Actually, T3, I mean, they're playing above what most people are expecting them to do. That most people are expecting them to do about 37 wins a year. So they are playing above their expectations, T3. So I don't know where they're getting their head at as far as that's concerned, because usually year by year by year, they're a 37-win team that falls right around 9th or 10th in the Eastern Conference play-in. They somehow managed to win a game in the play-in, and then that's all their season from there. So again, they're exceeding their own expectations right now, or at least expectations that that we need. Nick T says, "Wave Gabe instead, please." Gabe is horrible. He's been absolutely horrible tonight. Did he score? Let me go ahead and check to see if he scored. I'm going to check it right now as we speak on this. Let me see if he did score. No, I don't think he did. No, that's 2 games in a row. 2 games in a row. Let me just give you the perspective on this, guys. 2 games in a row. 27 minutes of basketball action in both Saturday and Monday night. 27 minutes combined. And he's gotten Zippo. You and I have been as productive out on the floor as he has. It's it's not good. It's not good at all. He's given us nothing. I don't know why the team didn't try to think about maybe extending Kobe Buffkin on a second 10-day, or giving Nick Smith Jr. that slot instead of Gabe. I don't know why JJ still feels like that's the magic button to push, because defensively he is still getting beat. And against guys with size, he's just not looked good. I don't know. I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. In 5 games, in the last 5 games, he has scored 13 points. So if you guys want, or if JJ wants the guy that's averaging 2.5 points a game, or a little bit above that, yeah. So there you go. It just seems like that he's infatuated. And I know that I've answered a couple questions on that, including one that just, why does JJ continue to play Gabe? It's these coaches, they fall in love with veterans. They feel it's their comfort food, per se, when it comes to veterans. They like to play veteran. It's like a safe thing for them to do. playing younger guys are riskier ventures for them. They feel that they'll make mistakes that the older guys don't make. And I'm not sure that's necessarily the case. In this case, again, if he's not giving you any kind of productivity, I think that the Lakers need to start thinking about other options. And again, you have Nick Smith Jr. there, as far as someone who I could think at least get you the ball over half court and be able to do offensively more things than what we're seeing from Gabe Vincent. And Gabe Vincent is not playing at any high level at all defensively. He is getting burned. So, absolutely. Tonight is the Lakers, according to Dave McMenamin, tonight is the Lakers' 45th game of the season, and Jake LaRavia is playing in his 45th game. He is the only Laker to do so. So JJ, I guess, was talking about LaRavia's importance to the team. As far as I'm concerned, it's on Twitter right now. So yeah, he mentioned as far as the importance that LaRavia has, and the numbers weren't great tonight for LaRavia, but again, he's giving you effort and continuous production in certain areas defensively. He's giving you effort that you like to see. So overall, again, I think it's been I'm hard on as far as Rob Pelinka and the kind of job he's done over the years in talent evaluation. This is one of his better pickups at $6 million a year for the next 2 years. So at least we'll have him for a while. Again, Jake LaRavia tonight, 8 points, 3 of 6 overall, 2 of 4 from 3, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals. The most important thing for the Lakers, I think, is 3 steals because they did win the turnover battle tonight. I think we need to give a shout out on that. Only 6 turnovers as a team. Let me say that to you again. Only 6 turnovers as a team to 15 for the Bulls. That's exactly how you want to get it done. A very impressive performance by the Lakers on that end of the ball, getting turnovers. That's what they need to do. And I'll tell you what, it's been good to see. But once again, it is the Lakers fast break. Someone says I have transisted past poo-pooing on Gabe Vincent. I just imagine the Lakers got Heat Gabe. Okay. You put that in your memory, my friend. But right now, all we're getting is donuts from Gabe Vincent, which is not good and not good at all. And I tell you what, it's I guess the 10 turnovers in that second quarter for the Bulls has absolutely really helped spark LeBron James and getting him going as far as they're concerned on that second quarter. And then Luka scoring 20 of his points in that third quarter. Absolutely just a good performance overall. Seems that everybody liked what he was doing, yet he was still unselfish enough to get 11 assists out there. He was distributing the ball. I think that ball, for the most part, was being passed around, despite Luka Doncic getting 46 tonight. But yeah, absolutely. Just want to hear your thoughts on that. Again, the Lakers do get the victory, 129-118. JSJ says Rob goes on a demon mode when it comes to the buyout market. Yeah, remember the Lakers still have a spot there. It all depends on when that 1.1 million, because the Lakers do nothing. They have 1.1 million roughly above the second tax apron. So if they would have to wait until the number of games until it falls in that category. So we'll see how that fits out a year. Gregory says 11 million a year for Gabe Vincent, a guy that's giving you 0 is diabolical. Absolutely. It is, Greg, and great to have you here. Again, let's see, go ahead and check out some of the comments you've been saying. Joe says Gabe plays defense 10% better. Not unless the guy's taller than him. Guys like 3 or 4 inches taller on him, then sometimes that the Lakers do that. Like Keldon Johnson absolutely destroyed him. Absolutely destroyed him when they played the Spurs. And anytime you have a player that's like 3 or 4 inches taller than Gabe, Gabe is just gone. Gabe is just done. Tough So says, anyway, we can get Nurkic, G. He is conveniently being showcased right now, Tough, by the Utah Jazz. My guess is if Celtics cannot get a higher line center, my guess is they will go for Nurkic. But the Lakers, do they go for Nurkic or do they go for a wing Do they go for someone at all? Again, that cap space that Rob seems to be infatuated and leaving open may be what he's doing, but we'll find out in a little over a week here on the 5th. And of course, we'll have our trade deadline special waiting for you on that day. So hopefully you get a chance to check it out. Black says, yeah, Lakers wearing any green, it should be against the law. Absolutely. They should not be wearing green at all. Green is not a good color for the Lakers at all. The Oxbear says, freaking age won't send him to LA. He knows that would help them. Well, if the Lakers give him something that might help him in turn, that might be different. But I don't know if he needs expiring contracts, because expiring contracts right now, is that something that Utah really needs? Utah's looking for assets that can play going forward and assets that can go ahead and be translated into draft choices. So that's what I think they're looking forward to the most. JSJ says another season of Rob skipping the trade deadline and focusing on the buyout market. Yeah, the buyout market, if that's the case, is not going to help us in abundance because look what happened last time. Alex Lynn. And if you guys remember in the chat, we had that one person who is swearing upon all swearing. I don't think I haven't seen him in a while. I forget what the guy's handle was, but he was talking about how he runs the floor well. And I'm like, give me a break. Absolutely. Give me a break. Gregory says, what WTF is Rob obsessed with cap space? He does nothing with it anyways. Well, maybe it's something for his successor to do, because I'm sure his successor, whoever that will be, and let's hope it's sooner rather than later, will have an abundance of cap space to do good things with it that maybe Rob couldn't figure out doing in there. So Rough Artist says, rip the goat and Mamacita. Absolutely. Once again, we pay respects to Kobe Bryant and GiGi Bryant on the 6-year anniversary of their tragic helicopter crash, and all those who died in that tragic helicopter crash. We salute you as well. This is the Lakers fast break. The Lakers do win 129-118. I want to hear your thoughts, guys. Please let me know what you think as far as how this game worked out for you. Again, another good performance from LeBron in that second quarter, helped lift up the team. And then in the third quarter, 20 points for Luka Doncic. But it was actually Rui Hachimura, I think, shooting really well, finding his niche now, finding his way. And I know Darren, a longtime viewer who left us and came back, he just says things in not the most, how should I say, mannerful way. Usually is very disparaging, usually is very unkind. A lot of it's unjust. But one thing he did say was that they need to get and did clarify that they should get the ball to Rui and allow him to take shots. And that's something, when he was in the starting lineup, there would be times where you saw him only getting 3 or 4 shots throughout the entire game, and you're wondering, how does a guy that's shooting above 40% from 3 on the season for a team that's not shooting very well from behind the arc is not getting that kind of those kind of looks? And I'm glad that he is, in the past couple games, realizing where he needs to be at on the floor, realizing that he is out there and giving him good looks, and he's getting it done. He's getting it done because 17 points in Dallas, 23 points here. He's shooting 42.7% on the season. If he is the guy that's most likely to be traded, he is at least in the waning days here doing some of the best work that we've seen for him in some time, at least this season so far. So that's good for him. So hopefully it can translate as far as him into something he could bank, or the Lakers can bank long term, or they can go ahead and turn around as far as the trade is concerned. But Tufso says Nurkic had 3 straight triple doubles. Yeah, this is something. Remember, Tuff, Nurkic and Jokic were on the same team, and Nurkic at one time was the starter ahead of Jokic, but they saw the potential in Jokic, so they traded away Nurkic to Portland. But they both have a similar, I want to say a similar skill set, but Nurkic is like, several notches. But as far as being able to pass, rebound, he can shoot a little bit. He does have the ability to go ahead and do that. Not at the level that Jokic does, obviously, but still, he does have those characteristics. He's been struggling as of late. Phoenix, and they've been tossing around. He's been bouncing around the league a little bit since he left Portland, but this year in Utah, he has played very well. And as you see, Tough, they are showcasing him. I think he's going to be moved before the trade deadline. And if that's the case, I think probably your best bet in the leader house right now of a good team that needs a center is the Boston Celtics, unfortunately. So that would be my guess as far as who are going to go ahead and reach out to Nurkic. Aopol 100 says Lakers are now in talks for trading Rudy Gay and picking. No. First of all, Aopol, you got to remember Jonathan Kuminga just suffered a bone bruise, so he is currently out. That's a rumor. That's no talks. That's just a rumor. As far as is concerned, and I don't think Golden State wants that unless they really are desiring the cap space at this point in time. They want picks for Jonathan Kuminga. It's the reason why, or else they would have done something like that already. So that's just a rumor at this point in time. So yes, this let's woohoo on that one because there's nothing definitive on anything like that yet. There could be a possibility. But Jonathan Kuminga really doesn't move the needle for the Lakers as well because he doesn't shoot well and he doesn't defend well. He's very athletic. And if he stays focused, he could be a high-level defender. But the problem is, in Golden State, this is what they'll tell you. He doesn't stay focused on being a team player or a high-level defender. He wants his points. He wants his buckets. And that's it, a lot of times. So we'll see if that continues to play and he gets his opportunity and goes to a team where they're going to take best advantage of his attributes. Because I don't think the Lakers could take best advantage of his attributes because of the fact that he's just not really what the Lakers need. The Lakers do need a scorer off the bench, but just to go from a bench player that he is right now in Golden State, even though he's hurt, to what would be in Los Angeles as a guy coming off the bench. Because if you want him as a starter and you got him alongside Luka, LeBron, AR, and the center, I mean, they're going to have to literally outscore everybody because they won't be stopping anybody. Because again, Kuminga, does not stay focused on that end of the floor. So I just think that would be way too risky of a pick. And plus, he's going to be looking for some long-term money once he gets off this truncated Golden State deal that he has. He's going to be looking for some big money, and I'm not sure that he's going to be able to earn it. Trayvon, what's going on, my friend? Man, what happened to Ayton? Dude, again, this is the DeAndre Ayton experience. I warned you guys. Joe warned you guys at the beginning of the season in regards to this. This is why his bridge has been burnt in Phoenix and Portland. At $9 million or ish or whatever it is exactly, it's right around there. Let's just say 9 to 10 million right there. It's a decent value for a 13 point a game, 8 rebound a game center, because it's what you're getting. It's about 13 and 8. But the thing is, he's looking for greener pastures, and I'm not there with him because, again, we can't have a guy that's going to pop for 20 and 10 every third or fourth game. We want a guy that's going to pop for 20 and 10 every other game or every game would be great. JSJ says Kuminga's another. That's probably the best way to say it. That's a good thing, JSJ. Yes, I would say Kuminga is another Ayton there, and I would be unwise to go ahead and spend your whatever little resources the Lakers have on something like Jonathan Kuminga. Ayton was good in the big. Yeah, he was, Gregory, but he had Chris Paul. He had mentors, Booker there. Just kind of burned his bridge there in Phoenix. And then, of course, we know with the deal in Portland where he couldn't make it in as far as with the snow and, just his whole attitude there. He was playing in front of Klingon, but most people were saying, like today with Jackson Hayes, that Klingon needed to get more time and get more run because Aiton was just, inconsistent, not giving the total effort. And with Aiton, I don't know. I mean, you would have thought coming into this year, this being a year where he could potentially make a lot of money as being one of the better free agents in the marketplace, deciding to do what he's doing. And it's just like, okay. And I know he'll complain that he's not getting the ball enough, not getting the ball enough, not getting the ball enough. Part of that is him. If you want the ball, yell at them. Yell at Luka and LeBron. Say, hey, I want the ball. Yell at the coach. Say, hey, draw up some more plays and I will produce for you. But, it's always, oh, I got to moan and groan to the press at a practice later on. No, you have to do it within the confines of the game. And I think I have a lot of more respect to that. Gregory says the center of Lakers missing is Kessler. We talked about Gregory. The shoulder injury concerns me. I know he got shoulder surgery. I know he's going to be a restricted free agent, and it's probably unlikely, but I would throw the bank at Jalen Duren. That's what I would do. Even if it's just to make the price go up for Detroit, I would throw the bank at Jalen Duren. Again, he's a restricted free agent, so let's say you could offer him whatever the most you could offer him as far as another team is concerned. Just to jack up the price on Detroit, I would do it just to do that. Knowing full well I probably won't get him because he's the best option I think the Lakers even have a remote chance of getting. But Kessler's pretty solid. He, block shot guy, can rebound, does a little bit offensively for you. So I think he's good. But I would say Duren's a monster. Absolutely, Duren's a monster out there. Once again, the Lakers do win 129-118. Sora, what's going on, my friend? Gerald, do you think the Lakers should go all in? No. Now that Denver and OKC are showing a lot of interest in their teams, maybe they're on healthy playoff time. No. If SGA was injured tomorrow, God forbid, but let's just say he tears an ACL tomorrow. That's different. Jokic tears an Achilles. It's different. Those are the only two things that would make me change my mind. But Sorrel, this team it's more than one player away. It's more than one player away. And I think, again, right now they're probably as close as they will be getting in the Western Conference to the Oklahoma City Thunder. They are 8 games back in the Western Conference. I really, really would have a hard time thinking that they're going to get much closer to that, maybe 7 games, but there is a gap between them and Denver, OKC. I think Detroit's a better team than the Lakers right now. I think the Lakers are in that mix right now with a New York, a Boston, San Antonio, because San Antonio may be playing a little bit above their head right now. Although they got a really quality team there. They've got a really nice roster that they built there. Houston, and I think they're in that area, that block of teams that need one or multiple pieces to get in. So the Lakers just don't have enough, Sorrow, to go all in. If you go all in, you need things that other teams want to go all in. And unless they love cap space or pick swaps, the Lakers just don't have enough to go all in right now. They have 1 first and 1 second. That's all they have as far as draft choices that they can trade. They have draft swaps up the wazoo, but that's all they have outside of the expiring contracts. Unless you're infatuated with Austin Reeves. If you're infatuated of Austin Reeves is concerned, but even then that's a hard deal because he's only being paid under $15 million. That's the problem. I mean, if Austin Reeves were making $25-30 million right now, it makes him easier to trade for a really, really good player or a set of really, really decent players because, again, the money. But again, him being at $14 million, which has worked out well for the Los Angeles Lakers, the other side of it, it's kind of hard to go ahead and have him where they're at right now because it makes it harder to trade for something of equal value, if that makes sense. Legend, what's going on, my friend? No worries, my friend. I'll be here for another few minutes, probably going for about an hour 15, because I've got also as well NBA observations I got to check out. And I got something I'm working on behind the scenes. I know they've already posted it on another YouTube channel, but I want to make a major announcement here in the coming days, and maybe even as early as tonight. I don't know. I'm still I think I want to go ahead and make sure I got something really that you guys will enjoy out there. The first video that they put out there for me, kind of soft on the volume, so I don't really not would love with it. So I want to go ahead and put something out there that I really want to stand behind. But yes, I will be doing something outside of just the Lakers fast break here, and I'll announce that here in the coming days, pretty soon here. Gregory says, but I will be, of course, my main deal, of course. The main keeper of my time is right here at the LFB. Excuse me, Gregory says, if I'm Lakers, I'm holding my first. I'm off season. Yeah, again, Gregory, that's what I've been trying to tell you guys. Again, and I've said it before, the Lakers on draft day, they will have not one, not two, but three first round draft picks. Now, technically, it'll be the deal what they've done several times this decade already. They'll have to draft for someone else and then trade them. But yes, they will have technically three first round draft picks for one day only, and that's on draft day. So there is the possibility they could be saving everything they can for a major deal on draft day because that's the only day they can push out three first round draft picks. But a lot of that depends on where the Lakers fall at. If they say pick in the 20s, that's not really that desirable amongst the teams as far as that's concerned, unless you're banking on that 2031, 2032, 2033 pick that I believe they can trade up to, being that far out. Then you're banking on those because those are the more attractive. Because the golden rules with a bad team now, you want a draft pick as soon as you could get it from them. With a good team now, you want a draft pick as far enough in the distance as you can. So when those good players that are on the team now may be gone by that point in time. So yes, that's what you're banking on there. So Soros says we are getting Watson and Kessler. Well, I'm glad you can see the future. Do you know the next lottery numbers by chance, Soro? If you can, let us know, please, because I'd love to go ahead and I'll share with you. I'll share with you what the next lotto numbers, I'll share with you the prize money, after taxes, of course. But yeah, if you know what we're getting in as far as Watson from Denver and Kessler from Utah, yeah, absolutely. If you know that to be fact, that's awesome. I'd love to. I can't wait to get them on board. Yeah, that's great. But Trayvon says, Rob, not creative. OKC got 1 million picks to trade. That's 21. See, that's the thing that scares me, Trayvon. And that's why what was asked by Soros to go all in. That's why I would not, because again, you have OKC. If OKC thinks the Jalen Williams injury is going to be a season-long thing and they really want to go all in, guess what? They can go all in. They have an abundance of young players. They have an abundance of draft picks. They have an abundance of resources that no other team can match. Houston has young players and also draft picks to spare as well. San Antonio has very versatile players that you can move in a package, whether it's Triple J, whether it's Giannis, what have you. And they have draft picks as well. So those three teams, there are others as well, of course, that have more movable assets than what the Lakers have to offer. So getting back to your original question, Sorrel, even if the Lakers, even if Rob said and got everybody around the UCLA Health Center at El Segundo and said, you know what, I think we're going to go ahead and let's run this baby. Let's go ahead. Let's go all in. You can't. You can't. You seriously cannot because you just don't have enough to do it right now. Gregory said, yeah, offer the bag to Duran and Watson. Watson, wait and see. Now, Gregory, Duran has done this in successive seasons. So I think this is what he is. This is who he is. And he's still very young. Watson, this is a dramatic improvement in his play. This is a contract year for him. He knows it, Denver knows it, and he's getting the opportunity to showcase it. That is always a concern for me because he doesn't have the previous resume to that's as consistent as what you're seeing now, if that makes sense. So a little bit more concerning, but he has been playing extremely well in Denver. I have been watching him, and I would say it, what are you going to do about that as far as what you can offer him? He is going to go at a very, very high contract offer, to say the least. And if it's not the Lakers, it's going to be something else if Denver cannot retain him. So, yes, Trayvon, just I agree. They bring so much toughness and athleticism. It would be great fits on this team alongside Luca. Absolutely. Watson is a restricted free agent. Again, you're going to have to overpay for both if you want to get one or both, Gregory. It's just that simple. You're going to have to throw a lot of cash, so much so that you're going to scare Denver and Detroit on that in order to get those guys. So yes, they're both restricted free agents, so you're going to have to throw a big money offer them just to get them out of Denver and Detroit. So we will see what happens. But yeah, Watson getting 30 million, Duran getting 30 million would not be surprising to me in the least. JY says Lakers should keep the first round pick for 2027 with new ownership because they will make better decisions than this regime. Yeah, I would say so. I would say so, JY. But the only one they can trade right now is the 2031 pick. They can't pick their first round pick in 2027, JY. They don't have. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, JY. The only one they can trade right now is the 2031 pick because the 27 pick is the last remnants of the Russell Westbrook trade. Sorry. No, that hurts. I know that hurts a lot, guys, but it's the truth. The 2027 first, I believe, is going to Utah. So, yeah. Enrique, my chat room should be full. Enrique, I'm always blessed. Thank you so much for being an outstanding. Your compliments, truly appreciate it. Usually I have John Costa from Clutch Talk and Lakers Corner, and also as well, I will also normally have Joe Soro from Simblades and the Joe Soro Experiment, and Legend from I Got Next Sports Media. All those guys, these early games, Enrique, really play havoc on the schedule. I just got home. I was watching the game from my phone in transit, and I'll just leave it at that. I can't say why because it's not legal to watch and drive. But I will just say again, for half of the game, it's harder for us on the West Coast to go ahead and meet the requirements that you guys need on as far as a post game. I've got an NBA observations, and I've got something special I've got trying to work out here in the not too distant future tonight as well. So hopefully I can go ahead and be able to bring all that to you and release the information that's been out there a little bit. But I'm going to go ahead and share it on a wide format once I really get something I'm really proud of with this new entity that I'm working with. So I'm really, really happy. But Drip Show at Drip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. He says, great show, great win. It is, of course, Gerald Glassford. Thanks so much again for being a part of what we do here. Enrique, once again, thank you so much for the kind words. And then again, if we could all just take a moment in your own space, in your own time, whatever it is you decide to do it today, just take a moment in loving memory, like here, like this pillow that Drip Show made. Drip Show made, and really, it really is just I brought almost, it took tears. When I opened this up, Drip Show sent this to me, and he sent this to me. It just, the tears came back from that day. That day in 2020, I was driving, and my wife called me and told me the news. Such a devastating day, and I know we had a show this time last year where we covered in detail where we were, that time 5 years back. So reliving it just hurts even more. Again, if you guys could just take a moment just to go ahead and pay respect to Kobe and GiGi, that would be great. We appreciate it. I thank you as well. But here he is, the guy that I was talking about. Jeremy, great to have you here. But here he is, a guy that I know so well. Again, a good man indeed. It is, of course, the guy behind the Joe Soro experiment on YouTube. Go ahead and check out his latest video on Mike McCarthy being named coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We need to rub him the right way. It is my good friend Joe Soro. Joe, great to have you here. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on the game. I know you were there in the fourth quarter on the, of course, the Discord. One of these days, I got to get this Discord, and no joker, if you're listening, I'm going to get with you, man, on it. By the way, I let Drip Show know, no joker, about your contribution, and we're working on something right now as far as a good thing for our viewers audience with Drip Show products. But it is Joe Soro. Joe, great to have you here. Your thoughts, my friend. Good game. Got, first of all, lead in the first quarter, which bucks the trend. LeBron in that second quarter taking over, and the turnovers, forcing 10 turnovers on the Bulls in that second quarter. Luka capping it off with a 20-point third quarter. And then, of course, the Laker bringing it home, making it a good day in Chi-Town indeed.
Yeah, it was a very entertaining game, just from both teams kind of mastering the current culture of the NBA, which is they don't miss. None of them were missing for what, 5 minutes straight? Just three. It's aggravating when you're watching because you want your team to win, but if you're looking at it from an objective standpoint, it's a good NBA game. The interesting tidbit tonight was not interesting. It's something that we've been hoping for, which is when guys like Rui, guys like Laravia, guys like Marcus Smart are true threats on a consistent basis and on the perimeter. It's impossible to guard Luka Doncic. And if he's impossible to guard, he affects the game differently. Even when he's not comfortable, he still affects the game. So if he's comfortable and he has space, just a little bit of space, and he's only single covered, you're done. He's gonna barbecue you. So I'm thinking here in about 2 weeks, I'm thinking it's a very, very tough decision that the Lakers are gonna have to make on what they're gonna have to risk to maybe make a run. And I'm only saying this because I've been seeing how Oklahoma City's been playing, the Rockets, a lot of these higher echelon teams, San Antonio. They're not scary. Like there's teams that have been scary in the past. Oklahoma City came out the gate really well, but it reminded me of, and again, they ended up still winning, but it reminded me a lot of the Houston Rockets in the mid-90s when they came out like 20-1 at the gate, and then they slowly faded out by the end of the year. I don't know. I'm in that space of I have no idea how they're going to make it work, but if they do go for it, they need to get someone like a Nurkic, and they need at least one perimeter defender, just one. And then at that point, it could get interesting.
They're showcasing him now in Utah, as Tuff mentioned, 3 straight triple doubles.
I have a question because did I miss something about Durant out of Detroit? Why would Durant be on the block?
He's a restricted free agent this summer. That's why. And the thing is, you would have to do a major overpay to get him. You would have to offer him or Watson. Watson's also a restricted free agent in Denver. If you want one of those guys, if you're like Laker Tom, who's salivating at Watson right now, if you want one of those guys, you're going to have to do a major overpay so much that Denver or Detroit would say, you know what, that's too rich for our blood in order to do it. I just think Duran of the two is the one I would go ahead and go
I'm
for.
sorry,
again,
but
it's a very small chance.
I don't know why. I don't think that's an option. Duran loves Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham is leading the league in assists because He
I
feeds
didn't say it
Duran.
was a large chance. I said it was a small chance of
Well,
getting
that's
Duran.
not even a small chance. Even as a restricted free agent is actually zero chance because they can
You
match
just
any
talk
deal.
about the salary cap being an issue. It could be an issue for Detroit.
No.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad to see that you run the finances for Detroit. That's good to know.
They're not trading their second best player on the team.
I didn't say they were trading him. I said the summer restricted free agent.
I don't care about restricted free agency.
Listen?
I did listen. You sound like an ass.
You're an ass.
Trade him.
Takes one to know one. There you go. Didn't say trading. I never said anything about trading. It was restricted free agent in the summertime.
I'm talking about this trade deadline. Why does this keep getting brought up?
But because you just said, why is Duran's name keep brought up?
Yeah.
Because it's in our chat about getting Duran in the offseason. What it would take to get a Duran in the
What does that have to do with the trade deadline?
Oh, geez, for the love of Lord. Oh,
wrap that shirt around your face and talk.
This shirt honoring Kobe and GiGi?
No, yeah, because
that's a bad taste. That's a bad taste.
Who was on your shirt?
Come on, Joe. That's one.
Can you not see who is on the shirt?
I didn't see it. No.
You cannot hear and you cannot see. My gosh, how much more of an ass can you make?
Are you going to cry now or what? Like, what's going on here?
You might be crying because
I don't cry. You all know that.
All right.
Birth of kids.
Birth of who?
Birth of your kids. Did you cry?
No.
Feel it.
Go figure. Once again, it is the Lakers winning 129 to 118. The Lakers are now 28-17, still fifth place in the Western Conference, 8 games back of the Oklahoma City Thunder. It looks like somebody went to In-N-Out. Man here today has got you covered with his 3-minute report on Lakers Corner. It is John Costa. John, great to have you here. Good win in Chicago. Hopefully you will listen, hear, and see what I have to say as far as is concerned, unlike your cohort in crime there. The Lakers, again, 20 points in the third quarter for Luka, but distributing with 11 assists. This team looked like they just had all the right buttons that were pushed today. Jackson Hayes with a through the legs slam dunk that Joe Soro was even impressed with. I remember hearing that on the Discord.
East Bay. Okay.
Yeah, there you go. But your thoughts, my friend, on what happened in today's game. A good victory for the Lakers. Can they keep that momentum going?
I'd love to be positive, and hope that we can. But honestly, Gerald, the difference of like tonight and so many other games, I think was just the defense, right? Like the defense that we had, especially in that what was it in the second quarter when we sparked that 12-1 run.
10 turnovers overall, 10 turnovers for the Bulls in that second quarter, and LeBron James, I think, had 14. He really did well in that second quarter.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, LeBron did really well in that first half, and then really fell off the kind of the face of the earth in that second half. Sorry, he did very well in the first half. He fell off the face of the earth in that second half. Only had about 4 points. But I mean, Luka and Rui were just absolutely getting it done. And what I was originally getting to was the defense, right? Like we had that one driver. I believe Rui got a block, and then I think the next time down court, Dando got a steal, and then Hayes got a block, and then Marcus Smart had forced Kobe White into a turnover. It was beautiful to see because not only were we playing great man-to-man defense, but also like on the help side, right? So like I was watching the weak side rotations. We weren't missing weak side rotations. We weren't missing any rotations in that second half. 12 turnovers for the half and 8 turnovers. I think it blew 8 or 7 just in that second quarter. So I think that's right there. We blew the game open. But one thing I want to, see if you guys think that there's anything on, or if it's just like, I guess me overthinking it. This is now, I think, a couple of games. This is the second game in a row, if I'm not mistaken, that, we come out dominant and then we have a lackadaisical third quarter. Is this anything that you guys are going to, concerned about? Because I think, to be real with you, in my opinion, it just comes out with a lack of focus, a lack of effort, to be honest with you, because we'll have a dominant first half, second quarter, whatever it is, but then we'll come out in that third quarter playing totally different. And I don't even mean, shots going in or going out. You can't control that, but you can control your effort. right? And I feel like it's taking us to get punched in the mouth in the third quarter for us to respond because we were up by 13. They brought it within one, and then we left the third quarter by 15, right? Like that. I feel like that's got to be a lack of focus. But I don't know. What do you guys think there?
Again, we saw the same thing in Dallas, where they actually were down by double digits, John, after a terrible third quarter.
Right?
I mean, first off, it was the first quarter for the Lakers always falling behind. Now it seems to be the third quarter. It's just, again, a focus for the entire four quarters. They just don't seem to have, but it's indicative of their scoring margin. Their scoring margin tells you the story. I think that's one of the key stats that you could take away from this team, John, is that their scoring margin is exactly where it's deserved because this team, you don't know what's going to happen. In fact, someone asked me or before the game today, do you think the Lakers are going to win? I said, with this team, you're never really sure when they're going to put it all together.
They might play like an absolute.
Isn't that like that every team though in the NBA?
No, I don't know.
I mean, Thunder lost to the Pacers and who else recently at home? The NBA is a pair. Look, I was going to say Adam Sandler. Adam Silver has manifested what apparently David Stern at the tail end of his career wanted, and then now Adam Silver came to fruition for him. They wanted a parity league, and it's as middle ground as you can get. As good as Oklahoma City is, they are not a lock. And remember, it took them 7 games twice last year to win a championship. And in both cases, they were playing a team that was destroyed by injury. So those series could have gone either way at that point, right? We don't know what's going to happen this year. We don't. What if Jason Tatum comes back and is Dominique Wilkins? If he's Dominique Wilkins, now we got to worry about the Celtics. So the third quarter today wasn't so much about them not coming out and playing well. I just thought the Bulls were playing out of their freaking minds. And they were really playing out of their minds in the first half. But then they finally ran out of gas in the fourth. True. Which was crazy because the Lakers didn't run out of gas. So maybe they're getting their stamina finally. Go ahead, John.
Do you look at it now? I was just going to ask you, Joe, and I absolutely agree, right? They were just Kobe White shooting the lights out or whatnot in that third quarter. But being that, again, if I'm not mistaken, it was just last game against the Mavs where the same exact thing happened. Is that something that
the Mavs one? It looked like they were not. They just weren't able to. They lost their focus. I didn't see any focus lost in this game. I just saw really two teams that were just punching each other for 2.5 quarters. And then finally, when they got within one, just like the Lakers when they were playing the Clippers, remember when they got the 2-point deficit after being down 26? They died right there. So same thing happened to Chicago as they put all that effort to come back from I think the Lakers had it up to 20 at one point, and then they finally died with a point left to get by, and then the Lakers just kind of steadied it from there, and it didn't matter. This was the perfect game in my view when it comes to the Lakers being as effective as they can be, which means their role players are hitting open shots. LeBron only played 33 minutes today, and he was amazing in the first quarter. I mean, he set the tone really, really well with Luka, of course, because Luka owns the first quarter in the NBA right now. But if LeBron is playing 33 minutes and he's playing well and still dropping 24 points, and he was playing some good defense too. He was rotating really well. He was doing great. And the reason why that is because, again, he only played 33 minutes. If you can get LeBron to play 33 minutes and everybody else hits their open shots and just plays defense, these guys aren't old. A lot of these guys are not old. This is the reality of what this team can be. Now, the frustration is we get to this point where everybody starts doing their job and then one asshole out of nowhere doesn't. I'm talking to you, DeAndre Ayton. Like, dude, what the fuck is your problem, man? Seriously, what is your problem? What is this guy's problem? Now we have to go figure out and talk about the Nurkic's and the freaking Kesslers and whatever. It's like, dude, just play. Just play. Can't you just play? He was screwing up on his rotations. He looked like he didn't know where the hell he was. Dude, you're first overall pick, 7-footer, has skills. Like, what's going on with this guy's brain? Is he like, what is he? What is he on dope?
Nah, honestly.
Starting to sound like Mr. Hand from Fast Times. What are you kids on dope?
Correct.
It's like you get so much solved, and then one asshole fucks it up. Because imagine this: if DeAndre Ayton played like he's capable of playing, this would have been a blowout the entire game. Because you're screwed at that point. Like their only hope was that the Lakers are going to miss, and if you give Luka the lane on top of that, he would have probably dropped 55, 60 tonight. So I don't know what they can do in the next couple of weeks, but man, if they can somehow manage to get some reinforcements here on a couple of areas that they need help in, then things can get very interesting. But even if they don't, it's still they still are capable of doing something. But there's too many variables in that. You have to wait it out because who knows who's going to get hurt? Who knows what the hell's going to happen there?
Joe, one thing that I've been saying all season, and what's up, Deshaun? Nice to see you here, brother. But one thing I've been saying all season is I really do believe that irregardless of the ups and downs of the season, there's only 4 teams in the West that I think that can confidently, I would say, beat us. And that's OKC, that's Denver, and that's San Antonio, and then that's the Rockets. Every other team, Joe, I genuinely believe that not only could we beat them, and all 4 of those teams, they don't really want to see us. I'm not saying we're going to beat them, but I'm just saying is in the sense of we're not going to be an easy out, because I've said it so many times here. Playoff basketball is just so much different than regular season basketball, and it favors the game of Luka Doncic and LeBron James. The game slows down; it becomes about dominating your matchup, and those guys are dominating their matchup almost every single time. So, the season goes up and down. I've been consistent on that, irregardless of that. I only think there's 4 teams that can actually I would confidently say beat us. But
hey, JY, we had Rick Fox on this team in an era of some of the most amazing basketball ever in Laker history. And then we also had Michael Thompson, who's one of the greatest Laker supporters, Laker players ever. Patrick Ewing was from Jamaica. I don't know if the Bahamas has anything to do with it. I think Ayton's just a slow person. I don't know if it's genetic. I don't know if it's just stubbornness, but what better stage and what better opportunity than to play with Luka Doncic and LeBron still at one in his prime, the other still extremely valuable when he's on. What the hell else do you want? You don't want your $100 million contract? Like, is there anybody out there that said this to him? I'm sure JJ said something to him. Had to have said something to him.
I would hope his agent said something to him. Honestly, if I'm you're about to fuck. I
think he's slow. This does not make sense at all.
I'm not surprised. If Portland got rid of you, that was a red flag.
I mean, I've seen players not work out in certain areas and then flourish after. So that was a part of the positiveness of him coming. Okay, well, if he can't make it work here, where he doesn't have to worry about a double team, doesn't have to worry about anything here, the pressure of being the one guy, whatever. And this is also based off the fact that he whooped our ass in 2021 in the playoffs. He was a scoring machine. Even when AD was in there, he was a scoring machine. That entire series. I'm like, why can't you do that? Do that with this team, and this team would be able to get a 2 seed and go after it, man. I don't think it's IQ. He knows how to play basketball. You could see it. It's effort. It's focus. It's lazy brain. It's a lazy brain.
It's 100% effort, and you know how you can see the fact that it's effort, Joe, is for exactly what Sorrell said right here. Aiden's getting benched for Hayes. I mean, Hayes literally played more minutes than him today. And again, I think all it comes down to is the way that Hayes rolls to the hoop versus the way that Aiden rolls to the hoop, and their effort on cleaning the glass, their effort on the defensive end, their effort on getting back. And again, I just feel like when Aiden sets that pick, he's looking to stop at that little block and go up for the midi, which is great, right? It's great for his game, but it slows up the entire offense and it stalls out the entire offense versus if he's rolling to the hoop, looking for that high lob like Hayes does, man. So he's a much more talented player than Hayes. He's much more talented than many other centers that we've actually, I'm not going to say that. He's more talented than Hayes. That's about it. And but he's just getting outplayed simply because of effort. And yeah, his IQ, basketball IQ is like.
Well, the funny thing about that comment is he did get a nice alley-oop today. Like you can do that too on a regular basis. I just don't think his brain is in it. He's looking at birds in the arena or something. I don't know what the hell's going on with his brain. When he was in there in that third quarter, that's when shit started hitting the fan. And then JJ took him out and things got recalibrated. In the end, I guess it wasn't bad. Playing Hayes 23 minutes, that's the sweet spot. 20 to 25 minutes, that's the sweet spot. The problem is when you do play a team that's capable. Chicago is okay, but they're not going to kill you. They're not going to kill you down low. They're just going to shoot. And if they get on a hot streak, they get on a hot streak. If they don't, you saw how they started missing shots at the end of the third and the beginning of the fourth quarter, and then they were toast. But
well, go ahead. Go and finish up.
If you start playing teams that are capable 4 quarters all the way through, that's where Ayton is going to screw us if he's playing. And it's going to tire everybody else out. They're going to be shortening up their shots. You know, it collapses everything. There's no room for error with this team.
Absolutely. So we'll see what happens. Again, DeAndre Ayton, what he's being paid for is about what you're getting right now is 13 points and 8 rebounds a game. And again, having a great game once every 5 games, something needs to be done as far as having that more. But Jackson Hayes right now, what he is doing is exactly probably the best way to utilize Jackson Hayes. Once you start depending on him more, do you flash back to last season? Once you start depending on him more or in a really pressure situation like the playoffs, that's when it gets a little dicey. So I think Hayes is exactly good where he's at. Possibility of Austin Reeves coming back as early as Wednesday in Cleveland. My guess is they may have him come off the bench for a couple games to get him back to full game speed like they did with Wembanyama, like they did with Zion and whatnot. So that's just my guess now, but we'll see what happens if he does come back on Wednesday. But here today to go ahead and also discuss what's going on in the NBA, good man indeed, is, of course, Legend from I Got Next Sports Media. Legend, great to have you here. Our teams are, in as far as right near each other in the Western Conference, although your team is about ready to give back the game that they won yesterday against Minnesota. They're about to give back to Minnesota that win here in a little bit. But Golden State with Steph Curry, just like on possibly a Luka LeBron timeline for the Lakers, may be more inclined to do something at the trade deadline. It's going to be harder because you don't have a Kuminga who's out with the bone bruise, I believe, if that's correct. And then also, of course, you know what's going on with Jimmy Butler, but you also are in need of wings, a big man. Yusuf Nurkic is being now convenient timing that he has 3 straight triple doubles, and he is now a hot commodity out there when this guy couldn't get off the bench in Phoenix. If you remember, not too long ago in the distant past. Now he is no longer persona non grata. He is the persona wana grata as far as that's concerned. Your thoughts, my friend, as far as what's gone on with a little over a week to go before the trade deadline and how these teams like the Lakers and Golden State and others may act.
Yeah, I think everyone right now is pretty much looking at their roster and looking down that bench to see who's some good trade assets. I think Lakers definitely have some decisions you got to make. I think this trade deadline is probably going to decide this whole season for you. probably gonna be what gonna decide whether or not you make a run or you go home in the first or second round. So they're gonna probably decide how all gonna play out. The Warriors, you just probably praying that you get somebody decent just to make the playoff, go home in the first round. Everyone else is just basically doing the same thing, trying to make upgrades. Houston need a point guard. It's up to them. They're gonna try to make that run to get that or not. Denver just need to get healthy, and I think they'll be fine. Spurs been doing well beyond what I expected out of them. Still amazing. They still second seed, which is shout out to them. Trouble for the West, I'll be honest with you at that point as the years go by. Oklahoma's definitely showing they are beatable. They don't lost some game that was definitely questionable. But, experience played out. We see how that played out. But I think everyone at this point is looking at their roster, seeing what moves can put them over the top. And this is going to be interesting to see, especially with the Lakers, what they do. Do you want to go all in, or do you want to just say, just look, see what you can do? You lose in the first, second round. It is what it is. Get over it. Next season, see what you do in the summer. So it's kind of interesting to see what they decide to do. Because they got some really good assets going to be available once you get towards the draft-wise. They got some really good assets. You have several first-round picks you can really do something with. So it's kind of going to really be curious to see what they do.
How much are you taking out of Oklahoma City's recent struggles? How much are you taking away from it? Do you think that provides hope to other teams? Because I think right now what I'm seeing is with Denver playing so well without Nikola Jokic in the lineup. They're 5.5 games out. They're essentially tied for second place in the Western Conference. They are a team when Nikola Jokic gets back and Unis Valanciunas and also as well Braun. When all three of those guys get back, they may be looking to make a move as far as to upgrade their team as well. So how much do you take out of Oklahoma City's struggles as far as them coming back to the rest of the league?
Honestly, I would kind of say it might be a good thing for them wise to face a little bit of adversity, because it ain't nothing wrong with being dominant, but when it comes to that point, you get put in a situation that you haven't been in all year. You don't know how to handle it. So it's maybe good that they're losing some games, help them focus and understand how to handle that situation if you face it in the playoff. But I'm not really that worried about them still. I just think it does make it more realistic for everyone else in the West. Like, hey, you got a chance. They ain't unbeatable like my Warriors in 17-18, something like that, or 16-17, something. They're beatable. They are beatable. But if I'm them, am I worried? Not really still, because of the fact that I've won still, even with these injuries. So I feel like they're okay. And the chemistry is there too. That makes it a plus. The only team if I was them I'll be a little worried about is Denver and Houston still. Probably Denver the most. Because Denver's another team that really got very nice chemistry. They've been with each other for a long time. But I wouldn't really be that worried really right now. Now, if you keep being hurt going to the playoff, then, that's when I might start to be a little concerned.
John, do you feel the same way that maybe these teams think they might be closer to OKC with their recent slide, like Joe was intimating?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you would feel that way. I'm going to be honest with you, but the great teams, I feel like they're really able to get it to get it together, come closer to the playoff. Now, to Legend's point, I do think that OKC is beatable. It takes a certain style to beat them, and I'm not saying everybody can have that playing style, but I do think that is a beatable team. And then to everybody's comment here in the chat about so many star players being out, so many star players being injured, I think that it can give a glimmer of hope, but I don't think to too many teams, because to win the championship, I mean, you got to be right top two. I guess maybe if you want to say possibly top 3 team in the West. And I'm not saying standing wise. I'm just saying like as a team wise. And again, I already told you what I think. The 1 through 4 is, and then Lakers are right there. And so, I mean, hey, it gives you I guess a glimmer of hope, but I don't think anyone else is taking it from one of those top 4 teams that I had mentioned.
So where would you go, Joe? Again, a little over a week. You seem more inclined than you have been in the past as far as what that the Lakers should do or should not do, come making a move. And so again, there are some players out there that are going to be moved here over the next few days. Do you think the Lakers should be a destination for some of those players?
I don't really know the market at this point. I know the Trae Young trade was shocking in terms of value. Hell, I would have traded for Trae Young, even though he'd be horrible for this team, just to get him for what they got him for.
Oh, okay.
They got him for nothing.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks Luka got. I mean, I can't figure out what's going to happen here. No one is trading picks. It looks like there's no way. There is no way Trae Young is getting traded for nothing if it wasn't for this current CBA. No one is trading draft picks. If that's the case, then what is the choice of these teams who want to unload players? Is it get whatever you can, or screw it, we'll just deal with it? And you don't know with these guys. You don't know with these owners anymore in all sports. Forget about just basketball. I'm confused at this point. I can go into several areas. What the hell was Dallas ownership thinking trading Luka? Really? Like, what was the real reason? What the hell were you thinking? Right? And, you know, if Luka was a Chevy Chase type guy, I'd say, okay, they just got tired of his shit. They just want to deal with it. Kind of like LeBron. Like Dan Gilbert, before he had a stroke, like he was over LeBron after 2018. Like there was reports of him like, dude, I just want to be done with this guy. He felt, okay, we got our title in 2016. I want you. There was no like energy to do anything with LeBron after that. You could see it, and you heard a lot about it. Luka has. Everyone loves Luka. Why is it just these assholes who own the team, or is it Nico? I don't know. Nico hasn't been there long enough to hate Luka. Is he? Was he? Sure. Why did the guys who look the dopiest not like Luka? Michael Finley, I'm talking to you. Michael Finley, I'm talking to you. Taking a grown man's drink out of his hand? Bitch, I would have fucked you up if you had done that to me. You're lucky that Luka's a nice guy. I'm serious. I would have been like, what the fuck are you doing? But see, the thing is, he would have never done that to me. Right? That's a Draymond Green move or a Kevin Garnett move. Studio gangsters. There's a great clip of Draymond Green slowing his roll down when he turned around and saw Ron Artest behind him. Like he's like, oh shit. Nah, I ain't gonna do that shit. I gotta go find what? I gotta go find Giddy or something like that to go pick on, right? He ain't gonna mess with somebody like Ron Artest, right? So what is it? What is the market? The Angels, sorry, Gerald. The Angels had Shohei Ohtani and didn't get a single thing for him.
And Mike Trout.
Mike Trout's career is useless. He's Ernie Banks. He should have been. He's Ernie Banks. Okay, here. He has Ernie Banks' career right now, basically, but he's Mickey Mantle in talent. How tragic is that? It's tragic. And that is the part, I've had this discussion with friends of mine about, because everything right now is, Dodgers are ruining baseball. And I went into a whole different tangent. I mean, I went off. I said, if baseball is bad, putting the best player on the planet on the grandest stage, then what the fuck is going to make it good? You want to go see Bobby Witt Jr. in the World Series in Kansas City? Is that really what's going to move the sport? No. They've been doing that shit for what? It's 50 years now. It's time to go back to when the Yankees were doing shit with DiMaggio, Mantle, and those guys, right? So now we're looking at this NBA thing, and we're going back. They're trying to kind of sort of, not intentionally, but they're turning it into baseball where you're not going to see the best players on top. Do you really give a shit about, I'm saying this from a name standpoint. Do you think the public wants to see Chet Holmgren in the finals?
Adam don't want that.
Do they want to? Is that who they want to see? Do they want to see Jaylen Brown? Jaylen Brown's a great player, but no one knows who the hell Jaylen Brown is. They know who Luka is. They know who LeBron is. They're gonna start knowing who Wemby is. This is the stuff that gets ruined when you try to even shit out. Stop evening shit out. And unfortunately, also, Gerald, this is also Mike Trout's fault. He should have asked to be traded to the Phillies.
I said this years ago on this show.
Yeah, I know.
Jamie Sweet is the Angels lover. He was like this. What did you say? Trade Mike Trout?
You should have a segment where it's just you, where you say, "I told you so" by Gerald Glassford.
That's right, because I did.
That would actually be a great segment. That would be a great segment, Gerald.
Because I've got the thing is, Joe, I've got it all on YouTube to back it up. That's the thing. So I can't say it because I back it up.
So the button on this discussion is, if this team has a chance to get talent without giving up high draft capital, you got to do it. But I don't know if it's possible. I don't know. I have no idea. And again, because of the temperamental health of everyone in the NBA these days, we cannot sit here and be comfortable anymore. No one can be comfortable. One bad step is a torn ACL, a torn freaking Achilles. We don't know what the hell's going to happen. So I don't trust anything. Right now, I'm going to talk like I'm talking about tonight's game and how they played the last few days, because that's all we got. That's all we got. And just enjoy the ride. And if this thing works out, if it straightens out, good. I got asked a lot, "Oh, you think the Lakers are going to keep LeBron?" I said, "Yeah, they'll keep LeBron if he wins a championship." I would. If the Lakers win a championship, I'll give LeBron another $52 million next year. Go ahead. Try to go back to back now. I'm just saying, like, if that's how it works.
I mean, I hear you.
What are you going to get in 2026? Because this is how I'm thinking. And I said this earlier in the year, so it's not like I just made it up now. If the Lakers win the championship this year, I would let LeBron come back one more year, give him what he wants, and then let him retire. Because then for sure he'll announce his retirement. For sure. Because he'll get his flowers and all that, right?
He would 100%. Yeah.
Then in 2027, which is the summer I'm waiting on, then we can, then for sure, at that point, you tell LeBron in June, LeBron, look, no matter what you do in this next year, it's over. Like, you got to, like, even if we win a championship again, it's over. Like, we got to go, we got to start doing those things.
Brother, you got to go, brother.
Yeah, you got to go now. Come on.
You got to go get onto other.
You got to go enjoy life, man. Go to the next.
You got to go enjoy
life. Go to Vegas and do whatever you do over there.
I'm waiting for you, bro.
Well, we only got a few minutes left. Once again, it is the Lakers fast break, 129 to 118. The Lakers continue the road trip, the Grammy trip per se, with the next stop on ESPN at 4 p.m. Pacific, guys. It's another early one. All you're going to get, the next three are going to be early. So sorry to everybody out there on the West Coast. There are 4 o'clock starts for the next 3 games at a 4:30 in Brooklyn. So not too pretty for us as far as trying to get home and watch the games and whatnot. But the next game is in Cleveland. The legend says, according to what we've been hearing in rumors, that with his workouts in practice, that Austin Reeves could be coming back as soon as Wednesday. It's not a done deal, but it's a very great possibility that his calf strain issues are behind him and he'll be back in the rotation as early as Wednesday. The trend as of late has to, when these stars get off of their injuries, they bring them off the bench. Josh Giddey tonight is an example of a star or a starter who was brought off the bench and is being brought off the bench for several games now, getting him back acclimated. Maybe he's on a minutes restriction. I'm assuming Austin Reeves will be on some type of minutes restriction. So how would you play this out? Put him in the starting lineup straight away, or have him come out off the bench because he's been a month away from NBA basketball?
Come off the bench for a little bit. You don't want to take a chance to come to these strains, because them strains can end up leading to ACL or something like that, and you're screwed for next season and this season together. So I wouldn't take a chance on that. But just come a few games, come off the bench, do about 15 some minutes or so. Just see how you react, and then work your way back in.
I'm assuming it's going to be around 2025 as far as the minutes restriction is concerned. Is probably what he'll be. You know, that's usually what they do is about 25.
Lee Diddy.
Where do you guys come up with this shit? La Diddy? Really?
Sometimes that is hilarious. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm not gonna even say what I seen on the internet today, but Lee Diddy fits that photo I saw on the internet today.
I think I know exactly what you're talking
We
about.
don't know what's real anymore, man.
Real talk.
We don't know what's real anymore.
Wild. I think
AI is getting wild.
But John, would you concur? Would you concur with Legend on that? Because again, if he does come back, he's probably going to be on a minutes restriction. It makes sense. Doing what Joe and I have said for a while now is to bring him on.
3 years we've been saying this.
Me too. I just want to tell you that, Gerald.
You
were actually on my show, Gerald.
3 years minus John Costa. John Costa wants to start off.
It's on YouTube right there.
You finally get to see what it looks like.
It's on YouTube, Gerald.
Well, you've seen it. You've seen what happens when Rui comes off the bench. We've been saying this. His best attribute, for the Lakers to likely be a championship team, Rui and Austin off the bench would be destructive to the team, to the opposition. You're jacked because now you got to deal with those guys when you put in your second tier guys, and those guys are going to destroy everybody. And then they create the momentum, and then when they come back and play the big minutes, the important minutes, they're in rhythm and they're more valuable. It's a mentality, it's a momentum that gets created. That's why Popovich recognized that when he probably sat down with Manu Ginobili, he said, "Listen, man, I'm going to do something here that's kind of unique. You're going to be the sixth starter." I'm just paraphrasing and making this up, but I'm sure it went like this. You're going to be the sixth starter. If we do this, we're going to run game on everybody. And then they convinced LO to come off the bench, right? When Powell got traded there. Dude, it works. These guys know what's going on.
In the episode on Lakers Corner, where I had Gerald on, we were talking about exactly this. And I was talking about the fact of, not only does it help like the offensive punch, right? Like all those games when the starters come out and our offense stalls out because we have no true playmaker, not only somebody that can go get a bucket for themselves, but just nobody that can even create for anybody else. But if we were to have in Austin off the bench, not only does it help that, but it also helps the defensive end because yes, Marcus Smart is past, his defensive of the year prime, but we've all been watching every single game together. We know what he does, and on the defensive end, he can provide that help for Luka Doncic because we all know, as great as Luka is on offense, he is, and as much as he's lost weight, he's still honestly a liability on the perimeter. To be honest with you, so you always want to have that player to, in a way, hide. I always draw the comparison of, and our boy Legends on here. It's like before Curry really kind of got in that weight room, they would use Klay Thompson to hide Curry. Curry would be out there. He was a defensive liability, but Klay Thompson would help Stephen Curry hide because he was guarding the other team's best player. And that's in a way of, kind of the what I'm thinking there for, bringing us AR off the bench and bringing it and keeping under Marcus Smart there in that starting lineup. And I'm really liking the starting lineup. I even think, Mr. Ravioli himself, right? Jake, the person that I wanted to see that consistent effort from. I think that him being in that starting lineup gives him that little confident. I think he need that little jolt of confidence. I really think that gives that to him because on the games where he plays confident, we see what he do.
We'll see what happens, but on Wednesday, a possible return for Austin Reeves. If you guys are on Twitter, please follow @LakersFastBreak because I retweet all the information out there as far as soon as it becomes live and becomes available on the injury status, so lineup status of the Lakers. Go ahead and check out @LakersFastBreak. Again, it is the Lakers Fast Break. Truly appreciate you joining us. The Lakers win once again, 129-118. They're now 28-17, fifth place in the Western Conference, 8 games out of the Western Conference leader, OKC. But before we head on out, these guys are going to pitch to you what they're up to right here. I also want to make sure to let you know I'm working on something special. I've been asked to go ahead and help start another channel that's out there. So I'll be working on the side. I'm doing some side piece action there, per se. But the Lakers Fast Break will always be my home that I created, and glad to be a part of with this community. But I will be doing some extra stuff that's Lakers related here, and I'll be mentioning that here in the next couple of days. So look out for that. But I also want to make sure that you guys remember Drip Show at Drip Show Shop on Instagram and Twitter. We're working on some things. El Rosto was kind enough to start a donation as far as it's concerned for a giveaway of some type. And he and I are coming up with an idea on that. Plus, he might be running an extra contest in the coming weeks and months as well. Don't forget our coverage next week of the trade deadline. We might be doing a mock trade show as well. And last but certainly not least, please, again, take a moment, since Joe didn't actually see my shirt the first time, for Kobe and GiGi. Take a moment to go ahead and pay respects, because 6 years ago, 6 years ago today, we lost both of those great individuals, and all those individuals lost in that tragic helicopter accident indeed. But before we head on out, Legend, you've got a great channel going on. What you got cooking at I Got Next Sports Media?
I'm definitely going to talk about the trade deadline that's coming up, and I'm going to talk about the already very I guess they call it early prediction for college football coming up wise, the rankings wise, and we already got 9 SEC teams in the rankings already. Not surprising to that part.
Gee, what a shock. What a shock. Again, the best move was the Pac-12 to stay the way it is, but they all got greedy. Notre Dame, we talked about Notre Dame last time. Their greed. Again, it's all about this. They'll lose or become a mid team in the Big 12 or Big 10 rather than being a top team in the Pac-12. And it's just they sold their soul, and they're now dealing with it. But John, what you got going on with, of course, Lakers Corner as well?
You can check me out on Lakers Corner YouTube. I do 3-minute game recaps right there on my shorts tab. I do a weekly show, talk about the Lakers that week. Check me out on TikTok. We're trying to get to 10,000 on TikTok. It is at Lakers Corner 24, and check me out on Instagram as well, providing the same type of content. Lakers Corner, Lakers_corner. And Gerald, I don't know if you saw my daughter here. My daughter wanted to show you her Lakers shirt. She was like, "I have a Lakers shirt," and I
saw that because she was purple. I saw it.
Yeah,
saw that coming in there. Yeah,
she says her favorite color is purple because of the Lakers.
Wow, that's awesome. Hopefully, she will sustain those great memories going forward. She seems like a sweetheart. Would have been great to meet her in person.
Oh, Gerald, stop! Gerald, stop!
It is, of course, John Costa from Lakers Corner. Well, at least meet Joe in person. That's what I asked you to do.
February 22nd. I already told Joe. Okay. Joe, you better not go to no Dodgers base camp or whatever summer
That's when
camp,
it starts that week.
Hey, that's crazy, Joe. Every time I go out there, you are going to Arizona.
You got the worst timing, man.
Brother, I got a free ticket to a Lakers game.
Man, somebody got time for that free shit.
What? Row 5. Can you believe it? Lakers versus Celtics.
I wish I could get me a free ticket to the Hawks.
I'm not going to say, okay, I did turn down a Raiders game against the New York Giants because it was Raiders against the New York Giants. Yeah, okay. I went to 3 games this year. I said I'm good. But the Lakers game I would not turn down. But it is, of course, Legend with I Got Next Sports Media, and John with, of course, Lakers Corner as well. Please like and subscribe to both those channels, but also the Joe Soro Experiment. What you got going on there this week for the Joe Soro Experiment as well, Joe?
I'm probably gonna do a show on the Lakers sometime this week. I'm trying to think what I'm gonna do here right now, looking at my schedule. Let's see here. I'd say there could be something after the Cavs game that don't know yet, but stay tuned. I'll have something probably put up either Wednesday or Tuesday, and then we'll still do the LFB. I'll probably do something afterwards. That's kind of the plan.
You got it. All right. It is, of course, Joe Soro. Please go ahead and check him out today at the Joe Soro Experiment. El Rosto, we're going to have to get together on working out, because I'd love to add the live streams of the games on Discord to the YouTube channel as well. Speaking of this YouTube channel, if you're a member here in the next couple hours, you're also going to get an NBA Observations, which I'm going to record here in about 5 minutes. And then I'm going to record my special project, which I will announce tomorrow as well. The new channel I'm working with as well. So again, the little LFB's here. LFB's always here. I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere.
So this is why when I talk about why I don't like Draymond Green, besides the fact that he's a studio gangster. Apparently, he on his show and on his Twitter, apparently, I don't know, whichever dipshit allows him to have a forum to talk. D Rose means more to the city of Chicago than Michael Jordan. Draymond Green congratulates Derrick Rose on his jersey retirement with high praise.
Yeah, I saw that and I said, man, God, he been on that weed again, man.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how stupid he is.
I hope he wasn't being serious, but
well, he'll get some kickback, and the coward that he is, he'll probably say, "Oh no, I was misunderstood. It was out of context."
Well, there you go. Once again, the Lakers do win 129-118. Special shout out to my friend in Australia, Mr. Mark, aka Xbox, the first ever Lakers Fast Break member. You can become a member too for just $2.99 a month, and you will get the latest pop culture cosmos is right there as well. And in a couple hours, you'll have the NBA observations, because NBA observations will come out first to members, and then sometime tomorrow will come out.
I think they're doing it. I mean, again, they could be stupid, don't get me wrong, but they could be doing that because they're so horrible at their job that's how they'll get attention.
Maybe Colin Cowherd told him to say it, since that is his quote-unquote boss.
Draymond Green trying to get attention? No, that would never happen.
And no one clowns him back, and that's the problem, is no one really gets him. Have you noticed that you don't hear Drake talking too much since Kendrick buried him last year, right? I mean, he still talks. And matter of fact, he talked a lot during. He kept it in another realm, which was the sports side of things, and he even jinxed them, sending out his videos talking about how they were going to close out the Dodgers in 6, and then all of a sudden.
Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe. Stefan, he's going to tell you when, early in February, my conversation with him on the Stefan Piscano podcast will be. Looking forward to seeing that out there and seeing your responses to that. Please like and subscribe, and make sure you leave that comment. How happy are you with the Lakers with the win? The fact they've gone 3-1 on the road trip? We need your thoughts out there. We got a whole ton of negative thoughts on the weekend. You guys don't know this. You guys don't know that. You guys don't know this. You guys don't know that. Blah, 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 blah. Man.
Which is funny. They say we don't know anything, and then they don't tell us why.
Yeah, they never go into detail.
When you have a problem, have a solution. Don't be actors and musicians that get interviewed about what's going on in the world, and then they'll say what's going on and then not have a solution. Oh, we just got to be better people. We just got to be nice.
Love it or hate it.
Fuck you. How about that? This is nice.
Well, again, love it or hate it, we still answer nonetheless.
How about that? You sick on that? When somebody's trying to fuck with you, you don't be nice.
For Legend from I Got Next Sports Media and Joe Sorrell from Joe Sorrell Experiment, it's me, Gerald Glassford. Thanks again for watching, listening. Kobe, GiGi, rest in peace. Lakers win. We'll be back on Wednesday for more great fun after the Cleveland game. Coming right back at you here as part of the road trip, right here on the Lakers Fast Break Podcast.
Where's Stone been, man?
Reached out, didn't
Somebody
hear
used
back.
to call Stone. I'm gonna call him.
I thought you said you were a couple months ago when I
did talk to him. He didn't. He's busy.
Oh, he ignored you.
No, he hit me back. He's busy.